Hi there, today I'm unboxing a wireless IP camera, actually manufactured by a company called ENER-J. So this particular IP camera comes with a bit of a twist really. So it comes with some additional products, so a PIR sensor, a smoke detector and a door sensor. And these products can actually link in to the camera and it can alert you if you arm it, if any of these sort of sensors on here are breached. So let's open up the camera and see what you initially get in the package. So I'll show you the packaging initially, nicely packaged there. Some details there on the product. Quite interesting to see. There you go. Let's have a look inside. Got some foam protecting it. Initially got some instructions. All in English. Yeah, all in English, quite straightforward it seems. Got a power cable. Let's look at the actual details on there. Output 5 volts, 2 amps. Connector itself looks like a micro USB. That's interesting. You could, I guess, get it working off a USB cable. Okay, the actual camera, a mounting bracket here, and some fixtures, and last of all, quality control sort of sticker. So just to show, with the actual bracket itself, you just attach it to the underneath of the camera, then you position it how you want, and then you just tighten these bits to just avoid it moving, and then it's in a fixed position. Okay, let's have a look at the camera itself. Looks like a bit of a robot really. It's quite a cool design. Okay, so got a Wi-Fi antenna there. Is it removable? Doesn't seem like it's removable. That's okay. You got a Ethernet port there. You got a micro USB card slot there, and the actual power in point there, and a reset button to reset the configuration. Underneath you got some details of the actual camera. I guess some vents there. Looks like you've got the actual speaker points there and perhaps a microphone there. So obviously this camera actually has two-way audio, so you can hear what's happening and actually communicate with the person if someone's actually in the room. Motorized as well. If I show, you should be able to control it from the actual camera. It's actually got infrared on there as well with night vision, so I'll attempt to show both daytime and nighttime vision. So it looks good so far. Okay, so let's have a look at the actual sensors you get with this. First of all, let's have a look at the PIR. Okay, some fixtures there. Got the actual PIR and some instructions as well. Seems like it's on a piece of A4, printed out in English. Okay, let's have a quick look at the actual fixtures you get in there. So looks like some fixtures for the actual PIR. Let's get the PIR out. Okay, has a off-on button there. Actually has an antenna, which I haven't seen on a PIR before, so that's interesting. I guess if the range is a bit of a distance, you could pull that out. So fixture wise, that actually slots straight in there, and I guess you can just push it on and then just be able to maneuver it like so. And then obviously you've got the raw plug and screws on there just to enable you to mount it on the wall. So that's good, comes with all the bits you need. Let's put that aside, just here. Next one, the door sensor. Okay, no instructions in this one. standard sort of door sensor. Looks slightly large than a normal alarm one you'd have. You've got some sticky pads as well to actually stick it on your door. The actual magnet that touches against it. So I guess it would be either way. Okay, so if that arrow showing in that direction, I assume it's going to be like that. So you just stick that next to it when the door opens, like so. You got a screw to be able to open it up, and I guess that's probably what this is for, the battery. Not seen one like this before. It's a 12 volt, 23 amp, I guess. Very strange little tiny battery. Okay, that's the actual door sensor. And finally, the last sensor, which is the smoke detector. So, got some instructions and some fixtures with this as well, which is good. A bit more glossy these, A4 size, all in English again. Seems straightforward. From what I've read, these sort of sensors work off radio frequency and they link into the camera. Nice build quality to this, strong plastic. So you've got test button there. Okay, that all looks fine. Okay, so let's make a start with actually setting up this IP camera. So I've got the power adapter here, comes with ample cable. Let's plug it in here in the background. I won't connect it to the camera just yet. So first of all, let's get our Android device and actually get the app installed first. So let's go to the Play Store, search for ENER-J, and it's that icon we want, the red one for ENER-J. Let's install that. Okay, now it's installed. Let's open up the app. And you've got an option to log in. So you can register by your mobile or an email ID. See two options there. I've already registered via my email ID. So let me type that in off camera. Okay, so I've logged in. And the first thing it's asking me is to allow access to the actual device. So I'm going to allow that. And let's click the plus option, and we want to connect to this camera via the smart link. Okay, now it's saying power on the camera. Simple as that, just plug it in. Let it initialize in the background. You can see it's just spinning around. Proves the point that it's motorized. Okay. Next, I need to enter some Wi-Fi details. Let me do that off camera.
Start configuration.
Okay, I've entered my password and I guess it's attempting to connect now. Let's give it a few moments.
Waiting for configuration.
I think you're supposed to keep it quite close.
Wi-Fi configuration.
There you go. Looks like it's connected. Now default password is 6/8. Okay, there you go. Click save on that. And that's it. If I click now, there you have it. You're online straight away. And you can control it as simply as that. Very responsive, that's the first thing. Next thing, let me show, if I can. Let me turn off my Wi-Fi and let's see if it's still able to connect. Might have to come out just for a second. Okay, let's go into the camera. I can hear it moving. Let's give it a moment to update picture. There you go. It's just catching up. I guess just a little bit slow in the background at the moment. But yeah, proves the point that it is connectable. You can move it about. And awesome, you don't have to mess around with any ports on your router. Cloud-based login, so quite good. Okay, so let me show you the options you have available on the actual interface on the Android app. So initially, it's the quality settings. It's a low definition. If I go down to that one, standard definition and high definition, just to show a very sharp, crystal clear picture there. So you allow the audio and then the volume there. Oh, you can just hear myself. Let me just mute that. Then you've got the record option here. So you can record for around minimum of 10 seconds. If I click there, can't stop it until it finishes recording those 10 seconds. Then you've got screenshot, so you can take a snapshot. And then you've got the alarm option. So that's for the alarm if any of the sensors go off, etc. Okay, let's stop the recording. Let's go back. Okay, so from here you've got a settings option, and in there you've got settings and edit. Let's look at the edit one first. So you've got the actual device name and password. Then if I go back to settings, a few more options there. You've got device info, date and time, media settings, security settings, network settings, quite straightforward. Recording settings, so that's a good one to keep it on, loop recording. So obviously if it fills up, it will just remove the older recordings. Alarm recording, that's a good one. Obviously if the alarm goes off, then it will do a recording. Alarm settings, remote control, linkage device, alarm push ID. So that's quite good. So obviously if there's motion detection or anything, you can get a push notification going to your device. Storage settings, I guess that's if you had a card in there. Let me go back. So now you also got that as well. So this is to arm it, so it's ready in case there's any movement there. So what I could do, if I go back to alarm settings and motion detection, alarm sound, let's try that, and go back again and arm it. So in theory, if there is any movement, there you go. Bit overkill, I think, but I guess it could scare people off. Let's turn that off. So yeah, if there is movement around, it will pick it up, and obviously you get the push notifications, so very useful. Let me turn that off just for now. So we'll go back into settings, alarm settings, and turn off alarm, and that as well. Okay, so obviously you've got the standard functionality you'd get in a Wi-Fi camera with the push notification and alarms. Now the next thing I can do is try setting up the add-on devices, and let's see how they work. Okay, so first of all, let's start with the actual door sensor. So there's a screw on the back on this one. Let me get my screwdriver and just take that out. Okay, and then that sort of pops open, like so. Put the battery in, just close it back up again. Okay, so obviously you can see the two arrows there on each one, so I'm assuming that's how it should go in the direction. Next, let's get the app open. Okay, so we've got the app started. let's go into settings, just there, and go to alarm settings, linkage device, and add in door magnet. So obviously, as there's two sections, we just move them apart to let it find it. So there you go, bounding preset area now. So what you can do, which is quite smart for this device, so say you had a room, you had a door sensor there, you had a PIR there, and a smoke detector there, all in a single area. You could actually preset it. So for instance, the camera initially points in that direction for the door sensor. So if that goes off, you can get the camera automatically going in that direction. So I'll do that. Okay, so that's it, as simple as that, to add in the door magnet. So let's go back, and if I open it, oh, before I do that, sorry, let's arm it. And now we open it. There you go. You get an alarm straight away. I'll ignore that for now. So initially what I'm going to do, I'm going to force it in that direction. Let's go to the actual camera and preset, and now that's where we've locked it. So let's move the camera in that direction, and what I'll do, so you get an alarm and it moves back into position straight away. So better way to show it, let me move it back to like that. Let me come out, and then if I move it, how cool is that? The alarm goes off and you can just jump on and have a check, and as it's gone out, sorry, as it's gone off, it's gone into the position it was in for that item. So very useful. Okay, so let's set up the actual smoke detector. So the way this one works, just twist, back pops off, comes with a battery already, which is good. Plug that in, so 9-volt battery. Put the top back on. Let's get our app. And again, just go to settings, alarm settings, linkage device, smoke detector. And for this one, you just press the test button. So I'll say OK to that. Yep, it's found it. And again, we'll put it in the third location. And there you go. You've got the 3 items linked in. And also to add, you could actually have in total 2 magnets, door magnets, 3 infrared detectors, 2 smoke detectors, and a gas detector, which is really cool. Okay, so again, let's go back to the camera, and we could say, if we had it in this position, that's where the smoke detector could be. We can just say there, preset, linkage, smoke detector. Okay, there you go. So that's in there. So let me move a bit more. So that's the actual door door magnet. So let's set the presets to be there. So you could actually flip between the 3 items. So you say there's a PIR, smoke detector. Very useful. No messing around trying to find the item. You just preset the position and you can navigate there automatically. So really cool. Okay, so to test the smoke detector, I've got an incense stick here. Infrared detector's gone off, so let's ignore that one. So let's hold it over that. See if it goes off, any alerts. And there you go. It's just gone off, smoke detector. And if I say check, it shot the camera off into that direction where I had the smoke alarm before. Okay, just to show the micro SD card being put in the actual slot, just easily just fits in. We'll power it up. Just give it a moment to initialize. Okay, so now let's get our app. Go to settings, and we should be able to get into the storage option. There you go, you can format it, see the capacity. Okay, so with the micro SD card in the actual IP camera, you can save both pictures and video footage onto the device. So if I click on here, click on images, you can see the images that have been grabbed, like so. If I go back to there and click on record, it shows you the actual video footage. So here's something I've just grabbed a bit earlier. Picture quality is really good, and also worth showing as well. If I go back, quite a useful one, message. So this actually shows all the alerts that have come in if you had the alarm set up. Okay, so you've seen the IP camera unboxed, you've seen it set up and configured using the Android app. Very simple to configure, quite intuitive interface on there, and to actually use, it's very usable. The fact you don't have to open up any ports on your router, a big bonus, so cloud-based connectivity there. So what breaks this from the norm of the standard IP camera is the fact that you can get these additional items with it. So your door sensor, your PIR, and your smoke detector. Amazing that it actually connects in to the camera, and the fact that you can actually get a notification if anything sort of gets breached. So if you've got a fire, for instance, you'll know straight away. If there's someone in one of the rooms, you'll get an alert. Or even if someone opens a particular door in your property, you can find out and see. It's quite nice how you can actually get it moving into a different position depending on what's been breached. So you could have this, perhaps the camera in a hallway, your smoke detector in your hallway, so you can actually get it pointing to that, and then this in another location, and then obviously this in a separate location, and then you can flip between the three locations. So really cool functionality there. So I hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this particular product. Thanks for viewing, and don't forget to like and subscribe.